Hi and welcome back to
Inspired to Game. I'm Sean.
And I am Lola. Today we are talking about Diatoms by Sabrina Kaliba, who we want to thank for sending us a copy to review. This is a game for 1 to 4 players, and before we get into our review, we'll give you a very quick overview of how it plays. Diatoms is a game for 1 to 4 players where you will be isolating diatoms to display them in a microscopic mosaic. On your turn, you will simply place 1 water tile within the algae pond to create at least 1 sample point. Now, a sample point is an intersection of 3 water tiles. Your sample point determines which diatoms you get to isolate. A single colored segment will earn you a matching diatom in a circle shape. A segment of 2 adjoining colors will earn you an oval in that color. 3 segments will earn you a triangle, 4 a square, and 5 a star. You then take all the diatoms that you have isolated this round and place them within your microscope board. You can place them anywhere you like as long as you obey the shape place restrictions. The game continues until all water tiles have been placed, which leads us to the final scoring. Scoring is based off objectives such as symmetrical pairs, as well as shape diversity and matching colors. In addition, you may play with a guest judge, which offers a different scoring objective that changes for each game. Whoever has earned the most points has created the most beautiful mosaic masterpiece of diatoms and wins the game. Now, as you can see from all those beautiful photos, this game is stunning. It is positively insanely gorgeous. The iridescence of all the diatoms, as well as even within what's on the box itself. It's absolutely breathtaking.
Yeah, and the game is put together. The double layer boards are wonderful to play with and easy to fit things into. The player aids are put together like little field manuals, and you go through page by page as if a naturalist's diary, but it's telling you everything you need to know or everything you need to remember about how to play the game and how to score it.
And the diatoms are stored in little petri dishes that you get to take. So they work as wonderful little built-in components, but they also have that element where they add to the theming of the game. Even the artwork, all of the intricate designs that are on the various diatoms and as well as on the box as well. It's just absolutely exquisite. The attention to detail that went into this game is a work of art, and it is gorgeous.
Yeah.
Now, for the theme, it's really fascinating because reading through the rule book, you learn that this was actually done by Victorian naturalists. So diatoms are little algae that you can get from within the water, and they would take them and isolate them and put them on their microscopes and create mosaics to display and to share. It was a form of art. Science art. How cool is that? So you get to do that within this game. So you place down the water tiles, you get your sample points, and it has this lovely little microscope lens that you can place on those sample points so that you can better visualize which diatoms that you're going to get. And then you place them on your microscope. It's just wonderfully thematic. So this is an abstract strategy game with tile laying and pattern building. And it does it really, really well. So it's easy to learn and it's easy to teach. You can teach this in 5-10 minutes. The game plays for roughly around a half an hour. So it's a nice, simple game. But at the same time, there's a lot of depth to the strategy and to the thinkiness that you get here.
It's on top of which tile do you draft? It's where do you put it? Do you go for, it's easy for me to place the tile? Do you go for, no, I really need these tiles to score more points? There's just a lot of layers to unpack and strategize with.
Yeah, there's so many layers to be thinking about, so many considerations with how you place that water tile. And the tiles are reversible, which is really nice. So if you want a certain combination, it doesn't quite work because they're opposite, just flip it and that side is there. And that really adds to the strategy as well as taking down the luck factor as well. So pretty much almost always there's a place to place your tile or your tiles, because you have 2 in your hand and you draft a third. So you always have a choice of 3 in where to place them. But you can have a lot of strategy in deciding what shapes do you really need, what colors do you really need, what are you going for. And there's a ton of replayability built in with the guest judges that allow for an extra new rule for that game that will make that game play very differently depending on what that rule is. And those guest judges have 2 sides. So one is more of a friendly side and the other side is a little tougher, because not only can you gain positive points, but you can also gain negative points, and that's the persnickety judge. And I had to say that because it's fun to say persnickety.
It is fun to say persnickety.
So there's a lot of choices here in how you play. So you're not always playing the same game. And a nice thing here too is there's very little downtime between players, because once you take the diatoms that you have extracted that turn, you get to place them and decide where they all go while the next player is continuing their turn. So we've played this at 2-player and we've played this with more, and no matter what, it plays really well. There's no advantage to one or the other, because it's pretty much a multiplayer solitaire, as you'll often find with an abstract tile laying game like this.
So it scales really easily. It's just a different number of tiles for a greater number of players, and it works out beautifully.
So my final thoughts on this. This is an absolutely gorgeous, thinky, abstract puzzle that has absolutely stolen my heart. It is a ton of fun. It is peaceful. It is zen. You're creating art, but it's all while trying to create that little puzzle. It's fun working with the little pieces of the diatoms that are just absolutely beautiful. It is a wonderful, wonderful game. Now, if you like a game like Calico, this will likely be right up your alley. And if you like an abstract puzzle game that is nice and thinky and crunchy while still being simple and accessible, you do not want to sleep on Diatoms, because this is an absolute gem of a game.
Yeah, it is a great game. It is easy to learn, it is fast to play, and it is going to take a while to master it. So it's really something you can sink your teeth into.
This game is hitting retail soon if it's not already available, so if you are interested in checking it out, please do so. In the meantime, thank you so much for watching today.
And if you've enjoyed this content, please support us by subscribing to the channel.
And as always, happy gaming, folks. One take wonder. All right. Now, as you can see from... Now... now...